Okay, now let's go down to the next Strong's definition, the H 1962, because this is one that is never read, and it's actually Ahayah. But look at the definition. It says destruction or calamity. Now, how come the pro-Ahayah people never read this definition? They'll read the Hawa to show that means calamity and ruin. However, they won't read this Ahayah to show that it means calamity and ruin also in a different form. The words are very closely related in the Hebrew. But as you see again, it's a feminine noun. So it could not be a name. This form of Ahayah could not be a name. Hebrew names come from verbs, and I'm going to show more proof of that. So the Most High's name, it literally means He is, He was, He is, and He will be. It shows all, it engulfs all that in one. But it's an action word. He is, He exists, and I'm going to show proof of that. So we can go to page 5. Page 5 at the top. H 1933. This is the Hawa that is actually represented within the Most High's name. It means to be, to become, to exist, and to happen. And as you see, the part of speech, it is in fact a verb. It is a Hebrew verb. Now I'm going to prove that this actually doesn't mean ruin. Turn to Ecclesiastes 2 and 22. Ecclesiastes 2 and 22. It reads, "For what hath a man of all his labor, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun?" So that hath a what hath a man, that hath, or what has a man, or what has a man, in the Hebrew is actually H 1933. It's Hawa, and this verse literally says what exists to a man, what is to a man. Y'all follow me on that? Now we're going to get into H 1961, because this is the Ahayah that's actually represented in Exodus 3 and 14 and all throughout the scriptures. And it has the same definition, almost identical to the Hawa in H 1933. To be, to become, to be like, to arise, to appear, to come into being, to exist. And it's a verb. Now we're going to get into a little bit of the Hebrew rules, because I'm going to show how that Ahayah actually means I will be. When you put the aleph prefix on the Ahayah, or the Hey Yod Hey, or the H, or the HYH, the aleph actually makes the Ahayah first person. For those of us who don't know what first person means, it's when you say I am. That's how you get I am, or because the aleph makes it I. However, when you read it in the Hebrew, it's in first person imperfect, which means it's not a completed action. That's why it's not I am, but it's I will be. In every instance, you're going to see it written as I will be. It's as you can see at the end of that, it says, so when you add the aleph, which is first person, to the Ahayah, it makes it I will be, because Ahayah means to be or to become, and that's in the first person imperfect form. So that's denoting that it's actually a future action. I will be. I will be going to the store later. You haven't done it yet. It's not completed. That's what makes it an imperfect form. Or in English, we would call it a future tense. Now, when you add the yod to the beginning of a word, it makes it third person. Or he will be. when you add the yod to Ahayah. And an example of that is in Genesis 16 and 12. It reads, and he will be a wild man. But that he will be is written in the Hebrew as yod hey wah hey. So everywhere you see that hey wah hey or that Ahayah, it's actually will be. And that's his proof of it right here again. It's not he is, it's he will be a wild man. That's the grammar rules to the Hebrew. That's something that you can't get past when you know the Hebrew language. You can't dispel that. Let's go on to page 6. We're about to wrap this thing up so we can get to these questions and answers. So page 6 starts off saying that the yod hey wah hey or the YHWH was actually inserted by the Jewish Masoretes. But where's the proof? There is no proof that was inserted by the Jewish Masoretes. The yod hey wah hey or the YHWH is a proper noun, and it appears in the scriptures almost 6,000 times. Almost 6. Let me say that again, because that makes more sense. If that's the name of our God, and we're calling on his name daily, wouldn't it make sense that in our scriptures that it would be in there thousands of times instead of 50 times, as the Ahayah or the AK is? It appears in the Hebrew text 5,790 times, approximately. That number could be a little off, but it's almost 6,000 times. And in every case that is translated as a name. 6,000 times. That's proof that 6,000 times it's there and 6,000 times it's a name. However, with the Ahayah, it's there 50 times and only once is it ever translated as a name. I mean, the proof is there. Now we're going to get into how do we know? I mean, some more proof. But like we already read, and we already stated that the name of the Father means he is, he was, he is, and he will be. He exists. Now, in reading Genesis 22 and 14, it says, and Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh, as it is said to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. So literally, in Hebrew, that Jehovah Jireh means he is seen. He is seen. Exodus 17 and 15 says, and Moses built an altar and called the name of that place Jehovah Nisi. Nisi in Hebrew means banner. That literally means he is, he was, he is, and he will be my banner. Judges 6 and 24. I'm sorry, let me take that back. Nisi means my banner. Nis is banner. Nisi, when you add that I, just like how we say Aki, Ak means brother, Aki means my brother. So when you Nis means banner, Nisi, my banner. He is my banner. Judges 6 and 24. Then Gideon built an altar there unto the Lord, and called it Jehovah Shalom. Unto this day it is yet in Ophir of the Abizarites. But Jehovah Shalom literally means he is peace. All of those Jehovah names and stuff, they actually have meaning. Further proof, the name of the prophets, the name of some of the prophets. You have Isaiah's name, or in the Hebrew it would be Yeshayahu. It literally means Yahuwah has saved. It comes from the Most High's name, which is at the end of his name, Yahu, and the word Yeshah, which means to save. Notice that it's a verb, meaning to save. So Yeshayahu means Yahuwah has saved. You can see the Strong's numbers. But it's represented in the Strong's number. If you look up Isaiah's name in the Strong's, it'll give you that definition.